If you're planning to appear for GCP Professional Cloud Architect exam, it's important that you go ahead and practice the sample questions. Google Cloud Platform provides many sample questions for each certification exam. You can practice these questions to check your understanding. In this series of videos, we are going to discuss about these questions, which are available on the GCP sample questions. We will understand these questions and the corresponding options provided. We will learn what is the right answer for each question and what is the rationale behind choosing the right option. You may find couple of options which might seem very close to each other, and then you will have to choose one among them. So, you need to understand why you are choosing one above other. Alright, so let's get started with the sample practice questions. Hello and welcome to Architecture Simplified. My name is Apala and this is today's question. So here is the question. So the first question is, your company wants to track whether someone is present in a meeting room reserved for a scheduled meeting. There are 1,000 meeting rooms across 5 offices on 3 continents. Each room is equipped with a motion sensor that reports its status every second. So it's saying that there is a company who has got 100 different meeting rooms which are at different locations in 3 different continents. And each sensor is sending reports every second. So, and you want to support the data ingestion needs of this sensor network. The receiving infrastructure needs to account for the possibility that the devices may have inconsistent connectivity. Which solution should you design? So before we can go ahead and understand each and every option given over here, let's go ahead and understand what are the facts given in this question. So the first fact is 1,000 records are sent every second. Because if you see here, it is saying that 1,000 meeting rooms are there and there is a motion sensor in each room, right? And which is sending out data every second. Second fact is sensor data is sent from across 5 offices on 3 continents. It means we are looking out for some global service. Another fact is data ingestion is real time. So here we are looking out for real time streaming data solution. And also it is saying that your devices may have intermittent connectivity issue. So according to these facts, we need to provide a solution. Now so this is what we are looking out for, that we have a sensor data which is being generated by these sensors and these are sent as a streaming data and we need to find a solution to it. Now go ahead and understand each and every option given here. So the first one is have each device create a persistent connection to a compute engine instance and write messages to a custom application. So the thing here is that here we are trying to write through persistent connection to compute engine instance. Now the problem here is that because here we are talking about inconsistent connectivity, and for this reason we cannot select this option where it is saying persistent connection. So option A is ruled out. Now coming to option B, have devices poll for connectivity to Cloud SQL and insert the latest messages on a regular interval to a device-specific table. Now, Cloud SQL is a relational database service, right? So, the thing is that first of all, here we are getting sensor data, which might not have a schema associated. And Cloud SQL is a relational data. We don't know whether it is having a schema or not, but mostly it will not, right? So that is one reason. Now let's understand what are the other reasons. So here it is saying 1,000 records are sent every second. So the frequency at which the records are sent, then Cloud SQL is not a right choice for it. Secondly, it is saying that we are looking out for a global service, but then Cloud SQL is not a global service, right? And also it is looking out for streaming data. So for all these reasons, Cloud SQL option is also ruled out. Now looking into option C, have devices poll for connectivity to Cloud PubSub and publish the latest messages on a regular interval to a shared topic for all devices. So this looks good because that is the whole purpose of PubSub, because PubSub has got two different features and we will discuss about it. But it looks good because PubSub is good fit for streaming data ingestion. But before we can conclude for option C, let's go ahead and understand option D. Have devices create a persistent connection to an app engine application fronted by cloud endpoints, which ingest messages and write them to cloud data store. Now, this option D is again a challenge because here it is talking about create a persistent connection to app engine, and here in this use case it is clearly mentioned that the devices may have inconsistent connectivity. So for this reason option D is also ruled out. So option C seems to be right, but before we can actually go ahead and confirm option C, let's go ahead and check more facts about PubSub. So there are different features of Cloud PubSub service. Based on its features, we can broadly categorize it under two categories. First one is asynchronous messaging service and another is real-time streaming data ingestion service. So real-time data streaming data ingestion, that is one of the requirement which is mentioned in the question here, right? Another point it is saying because PubSub can handle millions of messages per second, and that is one more ask given into the question that thousands of records are sent per second, right? So PubSub is able to handle this much of data. And also PubSub is a global service. So because PubSub is meeting all the requirements mentioned over there in the question for this particular use case, so we will go ahead with option C because that seems really good to us, right? So we have in the PubSub, we can get data streamed from different input devices. So for this question, the right answer is PubSub. So here we will go ahead with option C, which says that have devices poll for connectivity to Cloud PubSub and publish the latest messages on a regular interval to a shared topic for all devices. So that's it for today's question, and check the another video to get another question details.